Holy shit. I've been trying to warn people what's coming, and I'm gonna break down how I believe I broke the code. Now again, I tell you this is not financial advice. I'm only sharing you with full transparency, and I'm gonna break down exactly what I'm doing. But I'm only doing this to empower you to do your own research. I'm gonna give you the facts, figures, numbers, logic, so that you can take these facts and prove me wrong. And by doing that, that helps you develop your own investment thesis. That empowers you to see how I research and how I make my decisions. You have to understand what is actually happening. And I'm about to share with you, and I want to be very clear. I've never been paid by a cryptocurrency company. I do not do paid promotions. I don't even monetize my channels. I have my own businesses. My monetization comes through the businesses that I run, being fully transparent. I have a worldwide academy that's been around since we started 8 years ago. Started as JV Impacts, it evolved into the 3T Warrior Academy. I do own an insurance brokerage. I own a software company that created Merlin, smartest way to track your crypto. We own a podcast company. I own Refined Integrity. And I have my Freedom Asset Management Group. So there you go. I own businesses that generate revenue. I take my revenue, my income, and I am an investor. I became a 7-figure investor and a 7-figure entrepreneur. I went from losing everything in 2020 to a multi-million-dollar net worth. And I don't tell you that to brag. I'm telling you that because it's possible for you. I've been at it for a long time, just consistency, compounding, but I've decided just to peel back the curtain and tell you exactly what I'm doing. And I'm gonna do that so that you can come back in 2030 and you can measure how successful I was. Because we're in the era of authenticity. No more fucking blind leadership. It doesn't work. So here you go. Here's my next investment coming up. XXI. Now, hang in there. I'm gonna break down my connection and narratives. This is how I do my investing, and this is why I'm so convicted in what I invest in. XXI is Cantor Fitzgerald and Jack Mallers' 21 Capital. Now, why is that important? Cantor, Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, was the CEO of Cantor. It's really important to my narrative, and I'm gonna share with you my top investments coming up. Cantor is now run by Brandon Lutnick. Howard Lutnick is our Commerce Secretary. Cantor is also linked to Tether and SoftBank. So Tether, SoftBank Group, and Jack Mallers launched 21 Capital, or 21, a Bitcoin native company, which was in April 23rd, 2025. So remember, Cantor, around April, teamed up with Tether and SoftBank in a $3.6 million crypto venture. And then in September, Bo Hines, the executive director for Trump's digital assets, steps down, goes to Tether, which is a foreign company, and brings it into America, USAT. Are you starting to see the connections? So Bo Hines now is the CEO for Tether in America, which is 90% of the stablecoin market. Trump has World Liberty Financial, which is run by Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and Barron Trump, and Witkoff boys. So if you go on their website, Trump and Steve Witkoff now says Emirates One. They were the founders along with their boys. Emirates Ones means they co-founded, but they no longer run it. So Trump stepped out, Steve Witkoff stepped out, Howard Lutnick stepped out. Howard Lutnick's son, Brandon Lutnick, runs Cantor. The Witkoff boys run WFI, and the Trump boys run WFI, World Liberty L Financial. WL is in Larry Financial, WLFI. So now we have XXI, and be careful because there's XXII, which you can't find this right now on the stock ticker. It's XXI, which goes live December 9th on the New York Stock Exchange. You have the first Bitcoin native company going live on the New York Stock Exchange. It's connected to Howard Lutnick, Tether, SoftBank. They are rewiring the banking system from 20th century to 21st century. So I'm gonna start getting exposure to XXI, long-term hold. So here's my thesis. XRP is my number one holding by a long shot. Personally and professionally in my companies. I have treasuries for my company as well. I'm building another treasury for my other company. So XRP is number one. Bitcoin is number two. That's the gold. So I have the payment rails. That's my thesis. I own the new payment rails. I own Bitcoin, the digital gold. And W, L as in Larry, FI, World Liberty Financial, which is a new decentralized bank. Trump said you're going to be on an even playing field monetarily before you know it in 2017 when he was sitting in front of world leaders. He said he was worried about the debasement of the US dollar. Larry Fink said if you're worried about the debasement of your US dollar, Bitcoin's a good choice. Larry Fink and BlackRock are now the number 2 holder in Bitcoin. And they're the number 3 holder in Strategy B, which is the largest holder for a treasury. XXI is a Bitcoin treasury. So we got XRP, Bitcoin, WLFI, and then I added American Bitcoin, ABTC. These are on the stock side. These two that I'm gonna talk about on the stock side, XXI is on the stock side. So I added American Bitcoin, ABTC, which is a picks and shovels. So think of Robert Kiyosaki. He owns the gold mines and he owns the physical gold. So now I own the picks and shovels, the Bitcoin mining, American Bitcoin, which is also a treasury that went from 0 Bitcoin to 4,300 Bitcoin in less than 6 months. And then next is XXI, the first native Bitcoin company on the New York Stock Exchange. If I was a betting man, with their connections to Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, the people writing the rules, and the boys running the game now. Oh, and American Bitcoin's run by Eric Trump. So let's recap. I'm going into XXI on December 9th. I have zero connection. I have zero connection to the Trump family. I have zero connection to any of these things. I'm just being honest on what I'm doing. Just like I've been honest since 2020 to 2025. And I've matured in my investment thesis. I got out of the hopium. I got out of price predictions. And I built an actual ecosystem that created freedom. XRP number 1. Bitcoin number 2, WFI will be number 3. ABTC will be my number 4, and XXI I will start stacking and we'll see how that goes, what position that will go into. I'm gonna start slowly into XXI because I'm sure there's pre-IPO. I'm gonna get a little exposure on Tuesday. There'll probably be a market dump because people pull profits, and I'll start dollar cost averaging in. Just like I'm dollar cost averaging to American Bitcoin. Just like I'm dollar cost averaging into XRP every single day. Just like I'm dollar cost averaging into WFI and Bitcoin. I don't chase hype, I don't chase hopium. I build systems of cash flow, appreciating assets that have fixed supply. When they appreciate, I pull profits. Don't be an idiot and watch it go up and go down, pull profits. And I put it into protection, cash value life insurance. And I sit calmly waiting for fear and greed. Or excuse me, fear and panic, which is red. And then I take leverage with no risk on the insurance side and I buy the fear. Then when it goes back to greed, I take the greed and I pay off the leverage with no liquidation risk. And I de-risk, de-risk, de-risk. It's my revolutionary program called Capel DR. That's how winning is done. There you go. No gatekeeping. That's what I'm doing. Save this video. Come back at 2030. I'm not going to win them all, guys. I sure as hell would rather be transparent and have some fun along the way. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. I love you guys.